afternoon. Happy day before Friday. Thanks for joining us on Midday. Super excited because, in case you do not recognize him, but we do because you're all over everything. Chief Meteorologist Jason Myers back in the hot seat.
Great to be back, yeah. Second day, having almost normal hours.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I like it. Yesterday evening, got out and enjoyed some bike riding, mountain biking. It was cool and just a nice evening. I don't get to do that usually on a weekday evening.
It's a strange feeling, right?
It was nice to get done after when the 6 o'clock news was kind of done for the day. So
I know.
nice.
You know what? I ran back here to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Jason Myers was gone. I was like, oh, he's taking advantage of that.
I had the mountain bike on the vehicle and just,
I don't blame you. It is such a, if anybody's ever worked, a lot of, doctors or nurses, they do like the night side and then switch to normal hours. I'll tell you though, everybody's like, you must get so much more sleep now. And I was just telling you, I get less because you're still on that night side.
In maybe a little earlier, and it's hard to get to bed
earlier, and even, it takes so long when you've been on a night side shift for so long to switch your sleeping habits.
It is. It's hard to make yourself go to bed early.
Yeah, and you're so used to like doing everything that normal people do during the day.
You stay busy.
Night.
You have a lot of projects going on as well.
There's a lot happening.
Stories. And,
It's good. That's how you want life,
good,
right? Full, robust.
Yeah.
So you went mountain biking.
Went mountain biking, had a good time, no injuries. That was always a good thing. So yeah, it was fun.
All right, I'm glad that you got to do that.
Yeah.
How are you feeling doing the midday show? It's a
I
little
love
different
it.
than
Yeah,
the news.
it's so much fun. I mean, you guys have some great interviews, and we're gonna have some more fun interviews today.
More good stuff. More good stuff.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah.
Just to put you,
it's
like
great.
you'd be like, God, I hate this show. Why?
No,
Why'd
I
you
love
even?
it.
Why am I
love it.
here?
You have the best time here.
No,
so.
we do. We have fun, and you make it easy. So we're glad you're
here. It's fun to be here. Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, speaking of making it easy, yesterday, in case you missed it, we have our in-house bachelor and bachelorette expert who says that he is not. He won't claim
You guys did
this
some
title.
research after I said that.
Yeah. Because
I'm not a fan.
we know that that's wrong. So we're going to bring up a previous.
How many months? I'm trying to remember how many months
post.
ago this was. We had
It was in December, yeah.
So we had fun with this.
Well, you did a commercial for us as well, which I believe we played on
never
Midday
on air.
that
It was
day.
just on social media.
No, it was not.
Oh,
it was
maybe
on
you
Midday.
guys brought it up.
Oh, we
Okay.
definitely played that.
Yeah.
It was amazing where you gave us the rose.
Yeah, well, they had this set decorated on these roses,
Yeah,
so
it
we
was
just had to have
fantastic.
fun with it.
It was
So
probably.
It looked like The Bachelor kind of set up. It wasn't set up for The Bachelor, but we just kind of made it. We put The Bachelor graphic in the background and just had fun with it.
I'm guilty as well because I did some bachelorette shoots after.
We had some fun. Yeah,
we had to do a playback for you.
That was awesome.
It was a beautiful set. I mean, there were like a zillion roses that day.
Yeah.
I don't know why we don't have that every day.
We need to do that again.
Yeah, let's
the next
set that
Bachelorette
up. Well,
finale,
I just want roses every day.
Yeah, that sounds
Any
good.
flowers.
Okay, guys, call up Amber, let her know.
Okay. I have no shame. Ain't too proud to beg. All right, we're gonna go from flowers to violence. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
I haven't seen really the show at all, but I do know somewhat about it because I thought, okay, what is everybody talking about? So I went and watched.
To know about
I went and watched one of those YouTube. It has like the past, I don't know how many seasons in like 20 minutes, and they explain the whole storylines. Really.
So you cheated.
Pretty much ruined the whole synopsis. But I thought, I just want to know what it's all about. And after finding out what it's all about, I was like, I don't.
So you're not.
But I understand. A lot of times you have these series, and they're really good at the beginning. And then when it gets toward the end, it seems like they have a hard time wrapping up. I think of Lost, for instance, a couple years ago. That was on ABC.
Were you a Lost fan?
I watched some again, and earlier in the season, it was really good writing, and the shows were really good. But then when it got toward the end, it just got weird, and it was almost like they didn't know how to wrap up the season or something. Or the whole series.
Well, do you think that's just your opinion? Or
just my opinion somewhat.
Well, I mean, on people's opinion. I mean, isn't a show series or any kind of book or any creative outlet at the liberty of whoever is doing it?
You would think so. And I don't know how hard it is. I'm sure it's tough as a writer to just constantly be coming up with new information.
Sure.
But, I mean, it's got to be, a little bit hard for the fans, at least, when you don't have an outcome that you want or something like that.
Well, but isn't that the...
Seems like that's what's happening with Game of Thrones.
Well, that is. That does seem like that's happening there.
Happy.
But don't you think that that's not your call? If you're enjoying art, you don't get to choose how it's going to end.
That's true.
Or you don't get to choose how you're going to feel about it.
That's true.
the cool thing about the arts is they bring up feelings that you may not know existed, or
some just
create
get weird
that.
though. It's just like
I'm trying to justify this because neither one of us have watched Game of Thrones.
Well,
Now, a lot
the
of
question
people.
is how closely did they keep up with the books? Because it's based on a book series.
Is it? I don't even know
It
that.
is. It is. So somewhat, I think. Some of them.
Okay. No
It's
clue.
not complete book series, but I think
All right. Well, if you are upset with the latest season of Game of Thrones, there is the series finale Sunday night. There might be some heart attacks taking place. I feel that coming on. More than 400,000 people signed a petition demanding a remake of the entire final season, and they want someone to replace creative leaders, whoever their names are. The writers of the petition claimed they have, quote, proven themselves to be woefully incompetent writers when they have no source material, i.e. the books, as Jason was mentioning, to fall back on. The series deserves a final season that makes sense, subvert my expectations, and make it happen, HBO. It's worth noting that the people that are in charge of the creative stuff are also set to create a new Star Wars trilogy.
Well, we could
Do
talk
you
about
think this
Star
is
Wars too,
okay
and
that they?
seems
Oh, no. We are not there yet, Jason Myers.
Okay.
Because what do you think? There's this petition. This is a live look at the website right now, and it just continues to grow where people think it's okay to just go on and be like, yeah, we don't like this season, let's redo it.
Well, I think when it comes down to it comes down to viewers, and I think they had a record show. The last show was record, so because of that, that kind of speaks that, okay, so many people are watching, so I guess the writers feel like they can do maybe some crazy stuff.
Well, you can. You're writing
But
it.
that's
You
kind of-
bratty
that's
watchers.
kind of
No,
how,
I'm just kidding.
that's kind of how, I would think you can really speak to it is if the ratings go down. Ratings speak
I
volumes.
don't think the ratings have
but
gone
they
down,
haven't
though.
gone
I
down.
think they've
Yeah.
probably gotten in even higher. And I don't watch it either, but just from, I kind of know, like you, what's going on, because how can you
The
not?
synopsis,
It's all
yeah.
over
Right.
everywhere. And I just think as a viewer, you don't get to choose a do-over.
Maybe not. But I mean, you could, if you're making most of your viewers unhappy, then,
It's no way. You cannot take away somebody's creativity freedom. Somebody does need sleep.
I don't know that they're going to redo it, though. I mean, I don't think they're going to redo it. But.
It would create more buzz, I'm sure, and get some more money. So who knows? Let us know what you think. That is up on our Facebook page. Let us know if you've signed that petition and if you want something different. Don't do spoilers on our page because I don't want the emails from you angry people.
Okay, we're going to change the subject here. If you're flying on a plane, have you ever had any crazy stories?
Yeah, because I lived on airplanes for a good,
so
a
anything
good
crazy
10
happened to you?
years.
You can remember? Or
One
has it
time,
been pretty-
I'm trying to think. One time a guy next to me just started brushing his teeth, with no water or anything. It was just like, it's like, what are you doing, buddy? And
it's crazy. There's this Instagram page where people can go and post pictures or videos.
Have you ever seen it?
I went and saw it today because
We
we were
have
going
it
to be
on our
talking
show
about it.
'cause I love this
It's some
page.
crazy stuff. Well, tell me what you saw on there.
People are nuts. Well, the one that is kind of going viral right now, before we even go there, let me ask you, what is your biggest pet peeve while flying?
I'd say it is small, confined spaces, and you're around a lot of people. So,
But do people
if
do anything that you're like,
don't
ooh, that
stay in their
person?
little area, that gets to be kind of
Because you're a tall guy.
Yeah, it gets to be a problem. But I don't put my arms and feet everywhere, and that's what a lot of people were.
That's what I do.
on the
I just
page.
get on and spread out. I'm just kidding. But these people did. People are really upset over one passenger's choice. She placed her bare feet on the headrest in front of her. There's the picture right there. You can see she's doing like a little acro yoga there with her feet. Then put her hat on her feet, maybe so that nobody would notice. I don't know. What
Here's
do you
the big
think
question:
about this?
was there anybody in that seat in
I
front
don't
of
know.
her?
I
because
can't
if there
tell.
wasn't, I mean, it's still, the smell of your feet up in the air is not the best, but I mean that makes a big factor there too. But on that seems minor compared to some of the other things that are on this Instagram.
Oh,
like,
yeah. But this is still gross, whether there's a person there or not. One, bring socks on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, even if I wear, and I am the expert.
The hat is kind of funny. It's like, what was she trying to do? Hide the fact that she had her feet up there?
Well,
or
this is
something?
my question, too. What makes
Making
people
it look
think,
like a person.
Yeah,
is
like that.
sitting there.
What makes people think when they get on airplanes that they can act like non-people?
Well,
and
we
like
love
they
to-
forget their manners.
I'm sure there's a lot of good stories though.
You
beyond
have
just that.
none?
Nothing crazy,
Jason, I want
Nothing crazy.
something.
I mean, everybody seems to be well behaved. For the few flights I've been on.
Anybody that's been on Jason Meyer's flights, you get a check mark for good behavior.
I'm usually probably maybe the person that's the crazy one.
That I disagree with.
Crazy kids. I haven't had that happen a lot, thankfully.
I can't see them.
They've been pretty good.
Babies. So I lived in Orlando a long time. Any flight going into Orlando is packed with kids, which is good. We want them there. You know, they're all going to the theme parks.
But again, it's not fun.
They're not the quietest flights.
Right.
I mean, they could be fun, but
yeah.
That's kind of a thing. All right, we're talking about flying.
Okay.
It takes a little bit of money to fly.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of money to travel. Do you have a number in your head where you think somebody is considered super rich or wealthy?
Well, you know, it seems like that number could vary somewhat, but
Okay.
it does seem like, millionaire,
Do you
somewhere
have a
in
number?
there. I don't really have a specific
I'm
number.
not going to let you dance around this. I want to know if there's a specific number.
I'd say $1 million is kind of a nice little benchmark.
Okay, so you think somebody's considered wealthy at $1 million?
Yeah, I think
Is
so.
that okay? We're going to get we like
What
to
about you?
delve even deeper.
What about you?
I don't know because I'm like you. I want to make you answer, but I don't know
Okay.
because are we talking properties? Are we talking stuff that you have? Or are we talking money in the bank?
Yeah.
I don't know. $1 million's not really what it was at one point, I don't think. I think people run through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, it depends on, I guess, how you save it and how you invest it and all that stuff.
Well, people across America agree that $1 million's not so much anymore because they say in order to be wealthy, you need to have more than just $1 million. You now need about 2.27 million.
Yeah, wow.
That's an exact number, right? That's a lot considering the median net worth of the average U.S. household is less than $100,000. So, how would you spend your money? The survey says 54% would spend it, I guess just spend it. They didn't say how. 28% would pay off debt, and only 7% would donate it.
Interesting.
I don't think anybody donates all of their money, though.
No,
Like,
no.
I feel like that's
It is
kind
fun,
of
though, if you have enough to be able to give it away, that makes you,
well,
feel good.
listen, Jason, you always have enough to give away.
Well, that's true.
I'm just going to wear my
That's
angel
true.
halo right now. So do you think this number is right?
It's kind of interesting, but it's interesting that most people now it's 2.27 million. I mean, that's-
Exactly.
Numbers getting higher and higher.
What would you do with this money?
Well, I think the best way to do it is how to keep it going. So invest in it.
it?
Yeah,
So
that's
that
kinda,
would you invest all of it? I mean,
Not
if
all
you
of
just
it,
came
but
on
but
2.27,
some of it. If you can
million.
invest enough that you can, get passive income from your investments and live off that.
You're so logical.
That's the way
So
to do
logical. I'd go buy a bunch of Slurpees.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It is interesting
Or a
what people
private
think.
airplane flight.
I don't think that will cover that.
I don't know.
I mean, what we're gonna get? What is it? Net.
Or you
jet?
could buy Game of Thrones and rewrite it the way you want to.
I would be interested to see how much Game of Thrones is worth, and it probably costs
It is-
2.27
gotta be a
million
lot
just
of
to
money.
make one episode of that.
Right. Well, I think I heard like one of the actors made, I don't know, was it like $100,000 an episode or something like that.
Oh,
for just
yeah,
not doing
easy.
hardly anything acting wise. So
I
that'd be
think
nice.
next auditions.
Yeah,
Guess who's going?
that's right.